A few weeks ago, Maya was eating lunch outside her apartment when she noticed a cat sitting underneath a parked scooter across the street, just watching everything. People walked past. Nothing. Then a man walking a dog came around the corner, and the cat vanished underneath a car almost instantly. A minute later, after things quieted down, the cat suddenly walked straight toward Maya. Not toward the woman calling for it. Not toward the guy offering food. Toward Maya. And Maya wasn't doing anything. No calling, no reaching. She barely even looked at the cat. The cat stopped beside the bench, stared at her for a second, then sat near her shoe like it had already made a decision. And afterward, Maya kept wondering, why her? Because if you've spent enough time around cats, you've probably seen this happen. Some people attract cats immediately. Others try way too hard and still get treated like untrustworthy furniture. So what are cats actually noticing about certain humans? Because cats aren't choosing favorite people randomly. They're quietly studying behavior long before they ever walk over. And one of the biggest things they pay attention to is usually something humans barely notice at all. 1. Cats usually choose the person who feels safest to observe. Now, this is where people often misunderstand cats. Humans think affection starts when the cat walks over. But for cats, it usually starts with observation. Cats quietly study people before interacting. Movement, voice, energy, predictability. Because cats are constantly asking, who feels calm? Who feels safe? Who's going to suddenly invade my space? That's why cats often gravitate toward quieter people first. Not because they dislike outgoing people, but because calm behavior is easier to read. Think about Maya from earlier. She wasn't staring, wasn't reaching, wasn't trying to force interaction. To the cat, that probably felt safe. And you've probably seen this happen before. One person is desperately trying to win the cat over with treats and baby voices, while another person is just sitting there minding their business. And somehow the cat chooses the second person. Not random. The cat is choosing the person who feels emotionally easiest to approach. And once cats decide someone feels safe to observe, they start looking for something else, whether that person respects boundaries. 2. Cats trust people who don't rush interaction. Humans love enthusiasm. Cats, sometimes not so much, especially during first meetings. A lot of people approach cats like friendly dogs. Immediate eye contact, hands reaching forward, big emotional energy, and many cats quietly back away, because cats usually prefer controlling the pace of interaction themselves. That control helps them feel safe. When a cat approaches voluntarily, it can pause, leave, reassess, and come back. But when humans immediately move into the cat's space, that choice disappears, which is why patient people often become cat favorites without realizing it. Not because they know some secret technique, but because they allow interactions to happen naturally. You'll often see cautious cats do little tests, a quick sniff, sitting nearby, slowly moving closer. And what the human does next matters. If the person instantly turns it into a full petting session, the cat may leave. But if the person stays relaxed, the cat often becomes more curious, because now the interaction feels safe instead of overwhelming. And that leads directly into something cats pay attention to constantly. Small signals. 3. Cats love humans who notice tiny signals. Cats are surprisingly subtle communicators. The problem is, humans often miss the signals completely. Dogs communicate loudly, cats communicate quietly. Tail flicks, ear movements, body tension, tiny pauses. And to cats, those signals matter. For example, a cat may enjoy petting for a few seconds, then slowly become overstimulated. But instead of making a dramatic announcement, the cat gives smaller clues. The tail moves faster, the body stiffens slightly, the ears shift. People who notice those signals usually build trust faster, because the cat learns, this person listens when I communicate. Now compare that to someone who ignores every signal. The cat leans away. The person keeps petting. The cat tries to leave. The person pulls it back, saying, "No, stay here." At that point, the cat is mentally filling out complaint forms. And here's the interesting part. Cats often build trust through what humans don't do. Not grabbing, not cornering, not forcing attention. That restraint makes cats feel emotionally safe. And once cats feel safe, they start becoming much more social. Which brings us to another thing cats care deeply about. Predictability. 4. Cats feel safer around predictable humans. This sounds simple, but for cats, predictability matters a lot. Cats notice routines constantly. Feeding times, movement patterns, daily habits, voice changes, and people who behave consistently are easier for cats to trust. Think about it from the cat's perspective. If a giant creature constantly changed moods and behavior unpredictably, you'd probably stay cautious too. Cats prefer emotional clarity. That's why many cats bond strongly with people who move calmly, respond consistently, follow routines, feel emotionally steady. That reliability lowers a cat's alertness over time. And this is where Maya's story becomes interesting. She later realized she'd probably passed that same cat for weeks. But while she barely noticed the cat had likely been observing her the entire time, watching patterns, learning routines, deciding whether she felt safe. Because cats rarely make social decisions instantly. They collect information first. And once a cat decides someone feels predictable, that's usually when the real bonding starts. But not always through active attention. Sometimes through something much quieter. Shared space. 5. Cats often bond through quiet presence. A lot of people expect affection to look dramatic. But with cats, sometimes affection looks like sleeping nearby, following quietly, sitting in the same room, watching from a distance. Cats often bond through coexistence. You sit down to work, and eventually the cat appears nearby, not demanding attention, not asking for anything, just existing beside you. That's social bonding for many cats. And the people cats love most are often the people who allow this kind of low-pressure closeness. No forcing, no nonstop touching, just calm shared space. This is also why cats sometimes become attached to people who ignored them at first. The cat gets to investigate safely, observe safely, relax safely. And over time, that quiet coexistence becomes trust, which leads to one of the biggest mistakes humans make. 6. Trying too hard often backfires. This is where some people are going to recognize themselves immediately, because humans trying to win over cats can become a lot. Suddenly there are treats, baby voices, repeated petting attempts, constant attention, and the cat leaving the room. Here's why. Cats usually prefer interactions that feel calm and voluntary, not emotionally overwhelming. The more pressure humans apply, the less emotionally safe the interaction can feel, which creates a strange paradox. Sometimes the people trying hardest to get affection receive the least. Meanwhile, the relaxed person nearby becomes the cat's favorite, because the cat feels curious instead of pressured. This is why cats often walk directly toward the person saying, "Oh, I'm not really a cat person." That person usually doesn't stare, doesn't chase interaction, moves calmly, creates emotional space, and the cat suddenly feels comfortable approaching. Now, to be clear, cats absolutely can be affectionate. But affection works best when the cat feels involved in the choice. Because ultimately, cats are drawn toward emotional safety. And remember Maya from the beginning? A few minutes later, the cat stretched out beside the bench, completely relaxed. And Maya realized something important. The cat wasn't choosing the best person. It was choosing the person who felt safest to be around. Welp, I'm going. My cat just sat beside me without asking for attention, which after this video suddenly feels way more meaningful. FurEver.